Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. Today, I wanted to talk about how narcissists are just flat out hypocrites, okay? And you will see that if you've dealt with enough narcissists. But before I begin, I need to say one thing. When you deal with a narcissist, remember, narcissism is on a spectrum. So you're going to have people that are very narcissistic with little empathy, and other people that may have a little bit of have more empathy, but a few narcissistic traits. Okay, so you really have to analyze the narcissist you're with to really know whether you can deal with that person. But I wanted to talk about how narcissists are hypocrites, and I'm going to give you guys a few examples. All right, when you deal with a narcissist, there's two ways of doing things. It's their way and it's their way, okay? In other words, there's two sets of rules. A narcissist is going to do what they want to do, okay? But if you do it, they're going to have a problem with it. This is why narcissists are hypocrites. Narcissists are also hypocrites when it comes to religious type of things. There's a lot of narcissists that proclaim they're religious, talk about, how they believe in God and they follow God's principles, but they really don't, okay? There's narcissists that go to church, go to the synagogue, go to the mosque, and yet they don't follow the principles of what they're proclaiming, okay? They're hypocrites. Narcissists proclaim to bring people together, but narcissists divide people. And why do they divide people? Because they want the control, okay? Narcissists will cheat, but God forbid you ever cheat on that narcissist. They will go into a narcissistic rage, or they will get you back twice as bad. If you ever do something to a narcissist that they do to you, they're going to get you back even worse the next time, okay? Because a narcissist always has to be on top. A narcissist feels entitled. A lot of them, they feel entitled. Like how dare you try to go above me and everything like that. And the way you're going to see that is if you're dealing with a narcissist, and this actually happened to me. If you're dealing with a narcissist and they talk to you in a very disrespectful manner, and you call out that narcissist and you say something to that narcissist like, don't ever talk to me like that, that narcissist is going to be taken back and be like, who do you think you are? What are you, setting a boundary or something like that? Okay? Like you're not allowed to be telling them how to talk to you, but it's okay for them to disrespect you and tell you to shut up or be quiet or you don't know what you're talking about or you're stupid or anything like that. So it boils down to this, you guys. I'm just going to be flat out straightforward about it. A narcissist wants to be the boss, okay? Most narcissists want to have the power and the control. And some of them are vocal about it. That would be the overt narcissist or the grandiose narcissist. They'll, pretty much put you down, manipulate you, try to control you. And then you have the passive aggressive, a covert narcissist. That's the silent, deadly type that, doesn't come out and say anything, but they pay you back in other ways. They pay you back with the silent treatment. They pay you back by not getting back to you, not texting you back, not validating your texts or anything like that, by putting a face on, by rolling their eyes. This is what passive-aggressive covert narcissists do, okay? They don't come out and say it, but their body language and their gestures tell you what's on their mind. That's why I'm telling you, you got to study people's body language. It tells you so much. For instance, like I said, if they're putting the smirk on, they're rolling their eyes or something like that. But the thing with a narcissist, okay, a narcissist, it depends on how much power the narcissist has over you. This is why I tell you guys, never, ever be dependent on a narcissist, because the more that narcissist knows that you depend on them, the more that narcissist is going to take advantage and abuse you. How do they abuse you? They'll talk to you in a very condescending way. They won't respect your boundaries. Like if you say to them, give me a call later, and they don't, because they don't care, because they know that you're dependent on them. And even if they call you the next day, you're still going to take that call. A narcissist will test you to see how much they can get away with, okay? And by doing that, they know whether they could cheat on you, okay? They know whether they could talk to you in a disrespectful manner. This is why you got to check the narcissist, all right? And if the narcissist has a problem with that, and the narcissist feels they have other options, they're not going to deal with you. And that's fine, because then you don't have to put up with that narcissist, because in order to put up with that narcissist, you're going to have to take a lot of abuse, okay? But they're just flat out hypocrites. They feel they could talk to you a certain way. They feel that they could gaslight you and, twist the truth. Oh, that didn't happen that way or something like that. If you ever try to mirror the narcissist and you do the same thing to them, guess what? They're going to just walk out, or they're going to come at you in an attacking way, because if you try to use that kind of manipulation on a narcissist, they can't handle it. They can't handle it. You know why? Because then they know that you know the game, and then it's game over. Now they know they can't manipulate you. So when you mirror that narcissist and you give back to them what they give you, a lot of them are not going to deal with it and walk away, okay? Because they know that they can't walk all over you, okay? A narcissist knows who they can and can't push. You ever see a narcissist with certain people? They treat them, with kid gloves, but with you, they talk down to you, they abuse you, they do whatever they want, they don't respect your boundaries. That's because they know they can get away with it. And they know that they can't get away with it with other people, like their boss. Maybe their narcissistic parent, their mother or their father. They know they can't talk to them a certain way, okay? So a narcissist knows who they can and can't manipulate, okay? They study people. Narcissists study people and try to figure out what your weaknesses are. If you're gullible, are you naive? And then what they do is they know how to mold it so they can get what they want, okay? But you have to be up on the game. And that's why I'm here, to give you guys a heads up that when you see these kind of red flags, when you're dealing with somebody and they're gaslighting you, you've got to be focused. You've got to be focused. Okay? Like if they say something to you like, oh, you have a bad memory, or you made that up, or that didn't happen, or anything like that, or they tell you, you ask them a question, they say, oh, I forgot. Okay? That's the biggest out a narcissist will use. Oh, I forgot. Okay? When you know it's BS, they know the answer, but they're not telling you, okay? So right then and there, the more you go back and forth and you argue with that narcissist when they're gaslighting you, the weaker you become. The more the narcissist knows that you haven't seen them for who they are. But when you disengage, that's letting that narcissist know, okay, you don't want to be transparent. Okay, you want to give me the BS? Okay, well, you could do it on your own, because you know what? Now I don't deal with you. Now I don't deal with you because you don't speak the truth, and I disengage, okay? I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to defend myself. I'm not going to go back and forth with you because you won't own the truth, okay? You disengage. This is how you deal with these people, you guys, all right? Because you cannot reason with a narcissist. A narcissist has tunnel vision. They only see one way of things, and that's their way. And the more, remember what I told you, the more control a narcissist has over you. In other words, let's say a narcissist has control over you because of money, all right? They're holding the purse strings. That narcissist is going to feel more entitled to treat you crappy, okay? They will, because they know they have that power and control over you. But if you're an independent person, you've got your own money, you've got your own place, you've got your support system, you've got friends and family you could turn to, that narcissist is going to have very little control over you. If that narcissist knows that you're strong and you have self-confidence, a narcissist is not going to get away with what they think they can get away with, okay? That's why a lot of narcissists will not deal with somebody with strong boundaries because they know they can't break them. And a narcissist is going to try to break who they're with. This is what they do, you guys. That's why I tell you, you've got to have, your own thing. You've got to be self-sufficient within yourself. This way, you don't have to take anybody's nonsense, all right? But the whole reason I did this podcast is I wanted to talk about how narcissists are hypocrites. And they're also, narcissists are also hypocrites too, because we all know narcissists play the victim, okay? Poor me. You get in an argument with them. What's the first thing they do? They run to their little flying monkeys, their support system, and they start complaining, smearing you to them. Oh, do you know what so-and-so said? And they're a mental case. They're crazy. They cause the reactive abuse where you go crazy on them because they're not being truthful with you, and they start calling you, you have mental issues and everything like that. This is what a lot of them try to do. They try to get their flying monkeys and gang up on you and say that you're a mental case, okay? This is how they get out of taking accountability, and then they play the victim. They play the victim. And a narcissist is going to get other people on their side. This is how they get the power to justify what they do, because they'll say, oh, well, even so-and-so said that you're crazy, or even so-and-so agrees with me. This is how they triangulate to get, the power. Oh, because other people are agreeing with them, that makes them right, okay? That's what they're trying to say. But you stick to the facts, you stick to the truth, and it doesn't matter what the narcissist says or what the flying monkeys say, okay? Because you validate yourself and you don't need the approval of these people, okay? When you deal with a narcissist and you're dealing with a hypocrite and they won't own things, they won't own when they do something wrong, then you have to just disengage and deal with them. If you have to deal with that narcissist, you deal with them with minimal contact, minimal. You gray rock them, okay. You just answer. If you have to deal with them, you respond. You don't react. You don't show no emotion, nothing, okay? Because you're dealing with a toxic person. And the more you try to open up and be transparent with that person, the more that person's going to think you're weak and they're going to step on you. Believe me when I tell you, that is so true. Because I've done that before in my past. I've sat there and talked my face off with certain people trying to defend an issue and say about facts and this and that. And they just refuted it. When you throw the truth out at a narcissist and they don't want to own it, what's the first thing that narcissist is going to do? They're going to insult you, okay? They're going to call you stupid. They're going to call you sensitive. They're going to call you crazy. If anybody calls you crazy and you're speaking the truth, ding, ding, you're dealing with a toxic person and you better back off from that person, okay? You better back off from that person because that person's now trying to, give you a bad reputation by calling you crazy. You back off from that person. The minute that they insult you when you call them out on the truth, all right? That's what hypocrites they are. And a lot of them will preach too that they're in your corner when they're not in your corner. They may have done one good thing for you, but you're going to hear about that one good thing for the next 10 years to your life, that one good thing that they did for you, okay? It's like you owe them in blood for whatever they do. Oh, I did this for you. You don't appreciate anything, okay? And the hypocrisy of it is, it's the narcissist that doesn't appreciate anything. It's the narcissist that doesn't appreciate you or all the good things you do or the fact that you're truthful and honest with them. They don't appreciate truth, okay? Because a narcissist wants to do what they want to do, and even if they're slippery, they're slimy, they're sneaky, they don't want to hear that they're sneaky or that they did anything that's underhanded. So they're going to attack you or they're going to give you the silent routine, okay? That's what a lot of narcissists do to get away. The minute you got that narcissist in the corner, it's like when you get a rat in the corner. What's the first thing they're going to do? They're either going to bite you or they're going to run. And the narcissist is going to run, okay? They'll just say, you're crazy, and they'll walk away. And then you go no contact forever, however long a period. But it doesn't matter, okay? What matters is the fact that you're dealing with a toxic person and they have two sets of rules. That's their set of rules, and they don't respect your set of rules. So you have to think about it in terms of this, you guys. You got to know yourself. You got to have your own set of boundaries. What are you going to accept and what are you not going to accept? And if that narcissist can't, abide by those type of things, then you can't deal with this person, okay? If that narcissist can't compromise or anything like that, and it's their way or the highway, then you know what? It's the highway. Goodbye, because I'm not going to deal with you, because this is not, a dictatorship where you get to call the shots and everything like that. And the reason that a lot of these narcissists are like this is because they want control, okay? They want control, all right? This is the biggest thing you got to remember, you guys, all right? Narcissists, when they were young, they felt they didn't have control in their childhood. Either they were from an abusive family, they got abused, or they were the golden child. They did not have that control. So now they want that control. And that when they get older, they're going to want to control whoever they're with. In other words, let's say you go driving with a narcissist. They're going to be the ones to want to drive the car. They're not going to want somebody else driving the car. A lot of times narcissists have to be the driver. You'll notice that. Not all narcissists, but a lot of them want to be the ones who's driving the car. They want to be the ones who order at the restaurant. They want to be the ones that make the big decisions, okay? How to invest money, what house we're going to get, what we're going to do on a date. A narcissist wants you'll notice this with people too, you guys. Notice if they're very, they're taking control and want to say, oh, you should do this, or I'll take care of that. I want to do this. They feel that need for control. They'll do it even around the house. A lot of narcissists, it could go either way, but a lot of narcissists are clean fanatics that if they see one little thing off, they go crazy. If you leave a coffee cup in the sink, they go crazy. So they're going to have to say something about it. They're going to nitpick. If you pull into the driveway and your car is crooked, they're going to nitpick. But if they do it, it's okay. And if you call them out on it, they're going to have a problem with you calling them out on whatever they're doing, all right, that they say you shouldn't do, all right? So if you're dealing with somebody who, is doing one thing, but they don't expect you to do the same, you're not dealing in an equal, fair relationship. And you got to recognize that. You got to recognize that. In order to have peace with somebody who's like that, who's a hypocrite, it's, they could do whatever they want and you can't. That is not a good relationship, and you have to step back from it, because then, they're not respecting your boundaries and there's two sets of rules. So I hope that helps you guys. If it did, please hit the subscribe button. Please share the podcast, and have a great day, you guys. Are you dealing with a toxic person or a narcissist and you don't know how to handle this person? Well, if you have a question and you want it answered, you can get a personalized video sent to you. The link is in the bio, wizio.com/the_game_exposed, and ask a question and have a personalized video sent back to you answering your question. Whether you have a toxic person in your life, a narcissist, you're having a dating or relationship problem, get your question answered. Go to Wizio, WISIO.com/the_game exposed to ask a question. Links in the bio. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. If you're having trouble in your relationship, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who's a narcissist and you're really confused, you don't know what to do, you need some advice or some clarity, well, I offer email and also phone coaching. Please go to the podcast description for the link on how to get email or phone coaching, or maybe you just have a question that you need answered. All questions will be answered confidentially. So go to the podcast description where it tells you how Yaz can answer your questions.